In today's video, we'll talk about how to set up a high-quality home Wi-Fi. Most of today's wireless routers are dual-band routers, which emit a 2.4G signal and a 5G signal. Under the same transmission power, the 2.4G signal transmission frequency is lower. According to the law of conservation of energy, its wavelength will be longer, so the signal can be emitted farther. However, due to the lower frequency, less information can be transmitted in 1 second, which means the network speed is slower and the delay between each message will be higher. The 5G signal is emitted at a higher frequency and its wavelength will be shorter, so the signal will be emitted closer. However, more information can be carried in 1 second, which means the network speed is faster and the delay between each information will be smaller. In open rural areas, due to low signal interference, you can have a good internet experience even with 2.4G signals. However, in areas with dense urban housing, because the 2.4G signal travels relatively far, a bunch of signals will be received. These signals interfere with each other, greatly affecting the internet experience. In urban areas, it is recommended that you connect to the 5G signal of the router to access the internet. However, the disadvantage of 5G signal is that it is transmitted relatively close to the wall and has poor ability to penetrate walls. Most modern buildings are made of reinforced concrete, which also causes the 5G signal in your home to pass through the wall. Signal attenuation is severe. Maybe we can add a router in an area with weak signal, bridge the 5G signal, and then change the Wi-Fi names of the two routers to the same one. Although this can increase the coverage of the network signal, the signal entering another router is actually a weaker signal than that weakened by the wall. When walking from one network to another, the signal will be disconnected and the game will only be temporarily disconnected. How to achieve high-quality seamless roaming throughout the house without dropping calls. One of the most important technologies is that your wireless device must support the 802.11 kVr roaming protocol. The following solutions can help you refer to how to arrange your own Wi-Fi to obtain a better network experience. Optimal Solution 1, AP+AC. This solution has the best signal quality and is the most beautiful, but the price is the most expensive. It is generally used in villas, hotels, shopping malls, or large apartments with multiple rooms. The specific implementation is that you need to buy an all-in-one AC router with PoE power supply, connect the optical fiber to the optical modem of your weak current box, and connect the LAN port of the optical modem to the WAN port of the all-in-one machine, and you need to do it during decoration. Bury network cables in each room of your house, and bury TV in category 6E 10 gigabits network cables in advance, about 100 meters. Then connect an AP panel that supports kVr roaming protocol to the network cable in the room. An AP panel is like a router antenna, turning the limited network signal into a Wi-Fi wireless signal. In this way, there will be a high-quality 5G network in every room, and all these signals are controlled by the AC all-in-one machine, just like a large wireless router. Coupled with the kVr protocol, seamless communication in each room can be achieved. The advantage of this solution is that the wireless signal can seamlessly cover a very large range, and the AP transmitter is available in two types, ceiling-mounted and national standard 86 panels. It is recommended to use it in a relatively open and large place in the living room. Put a high-power ceiling as the main force, and then install national standard 86 panels in each room to supplement this load in a small range. Although this AC plus AP solution is beautiful and easy to hide, it is too expensive and its performance is not as good as that of wireless routers in the same price range. Optimal Solution 2, Wi-Fi 6 router wired backhaul mesh. If you have a small budget, you can consider this solution. It is very cost-effective, has strong performance, and is as effective as AP+AC. It is my most recommended solution. You need to choose multiple wireless routers that support mesh according to the size of your home. It is recommended that you try to choose routers of the same brand. You can choose a better one for the main router, and an average one for the secondary router. The optical fiber is connected from the base station to the optical modem in your weak point box. The optical modem converts the optical signal into an electrical signal, which is then connected to the WAN port of the main router in the living room through the network cable, and then connected to the switch from the LAN port of the main router. Then the switches are connected to the secondary routers respectively, thus completing the wired backhaul mesh of multiple routers. However, this implementation method also requires that network cables be pre-buried in the wall when your home is being renovated. If your home does not have embedded network cables, you can only use open cables. If you can use this flat network cable to run against the wall, it won't affect the appearance very much. The optical modem is connected to the main router, and the LAN port of the main router is directly connected to the secondary router. No switch is needed. This method can minimize the number of network cables. The third option, a tri-band router group wireless mesh. If you really can't run a network cable, you can try this option. A tri-band router has one more 5G band than an ordinary dual-band router. You can use this extra 5G band as a network cable connecting the main and secondary routers can also achieve the effect of option 2, but most tri-band routers are expensive. Option 4, dual-band router wireless mesh. If you don't have a reserve network cable and don't want to buy an expensive tri-band router, you can buy a high-speed dual-band wireless mesh router. Routers need to communicate with each other. Since there are no redundant channels for dual-band routers to communicate, they will use half of the 5G frequency band for communication. This will affect the 5G network speed. For example, my 500M broadband after using the 3000 megabits per second Redmi AX6 wireless router mesh, the speed dropped to 250 megabits per second. Therefore, for broadband above 200 megabits per second, it is recommended that you buy a mesh wireless router with a rate of 3000 megabits per second or above. Option 5, if your requirements for Wi-Fi at home are not that high, you only require 5G Wi-Fi coverage in high-frequency activities at home, while other places have 2.4G coverage and can access the internet. Then you might consider just buying a good wireless Z8103AX-C is a Wi-Fi 6 home router that accesses the internet through the WAN port, and then shares the internet network through wireless Wi-Fi 6 and 1000 megabits per second wired LAN. I hope today's video will help you set up your home Wi-Fi. If you have different opinions, you can leave a message below the video. Please follow us for more content.